put in I sent an email to Rabbi Blaine and Carol, and maybe we can find out why. Shoot, come on. Maybe we can find out why the the page here is messed up. At any rate, I see that Albert is here. Hi, Albert, and Doc and Susan. Super. And I'm going to start with something a little different today, because today is a little different. My father died in 1982, in December. Actually, right within days of my birthday, within 2 days. And my first trip to Israel was the following summer. On that trip, when I was at the Red Sea at a hotel, I heard a very pretty girl with a guitar sing a song that I fell madly in love with. And when I got to Jerusalem, I went to a music store and tried to find it and couldn't. When I came home, I actually found the song. It's called Shir LaShalom. It has an interesting history to it as well, following the 1983, because it was the song that Yitzhak Rabin sang at a rally the night that he was assassinated. I've written, I don't have them here, but I've written my own English lyrics to this, and this is before I ever could read Hebrew. תנו לשמש לעלות, לבוקר להאיר, חזקה שבטבילות, אותנו לא תחזיר. מי אשר קבע נרו, ובעפר נטמן, וחימה לא יעירו, לא יחזירו לכאן. איש אותנו לא ישיב, מבור תחתית האפר, כאן לא יועילו, לא שירי הניצחון, ולא שירי הלל. על כן רק שירו, שיר לשלום, אל תרכשו תפילה, מוטב תשירו, שיר לשלום, בצעקה גדולה. Let the sun rise and give the dawn its morning light. Cries from our daily prayers will not give them life. The flame of life is gone from them and they've returned to dust. Bitter tears are useless here, they are forever lost. No one can return them from the darkness below. We cannot help them. Praise will not restore their lives or lift them from their woes. But let us sing a song of peace. Don't whisper sorrow's prayer. Yes, let us sing a song of peace and show the world did I do that? Well, because we need to do more than pray for what happened in Florida. And go back up here again because this hasn't been fixed yet. Atal is here, good. Hi, and Judy and Sue. Come on. Hi, everyone. Good, okay. We're there. Hine Matov, page, I believe it's on page 3, and I have to scroll back down to find out for sure. Hine Matov, page 3. Hine Matov manai, shevet kulanu yachad. Hine matov manayim, shevet kulanu yachad. Hine matov, shevet kulanu yachad. Hine matov, shevet kulanu yachad. Hine matov manayim, 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 shevet kulanu yachad. Hine matov, la 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 la. Hine matov, la 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 la. Hine matov manayim, 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 shevet kulanu yachad. 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 The Baruch, page 4. Baruch hu et Adonai hamivorak. Baruch Adonai hamivorak leolam vaed. Praised be the one to whom our praise is due. Praised be the one to whom our praise is due, now and forever. Ahavat Olam, page 5. Your love has embraced us always, in wilderness and promised land, in good times and in bad. Night and day your Torah sustains us, reviving the spirit, delighting the heart, informing the soul, opening the eyes, granting us a glimpse of eternity. Because of your love, we shall embrace Torah night and day, in devotion and delight. Beloved are you, Adonai, whose Torah reflects your love. The Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Hear, O Israel, Adonai is our God, Adonai alone. Praised be God's glorious sovereignty throughout all time. Page 7. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם במזוזות ביתך ובישעריך. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. Page 8. You shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your might. And these words, take these, and these words which I command you this day, you shall take to heart. Teach them diligently to your children and recite them at home and away, night and day. Bind them as a sign upon your hand and as a reminder above your eyes. Inscribe them upon the doorposts of your homes and upon your gates. Then you will remember and observe all my mitzvot and be holy before your God. I am Adonai your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I, Adonai, am your God, who is truth. Micha Mocha. Micha Mocha, Bailim Adonai. Micha Mocha, Nedar Bakodesh, Torah Tehilot, O Sefer, O Sefer. Micha Mocha, Bailim Adonai. Micha Mocha, Nedar Bakodesh, Torah Tehilot, O Sefer, O Sefer. Who is like you among all that is worshipped, Adonai? Who is like you, majestic in holiness, awesome in splendor, working wonders? Ashkivenu. O God, you are a consolation to your creatures, for in moments of forgetting, we but call to mind your care, and we are comforted. When we hope no more, a pattern in the snow reminds us of your loving kindness. Your dawns give us confidence, and sleep is a friend. You are here. We fail words to say, Ma Tov. Baruch atah Adonai, hapori sukkar shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. Praised are you, Adonai, who spreads the shelter of peace over us, over all the people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Yitgedal יתקדש שמי רבה. page 11. ועמד יברך חירותי וימליך מלכותי בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי כל בית ישראל בגלה ובזמן קריב ויאמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעולמי עלמיה יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי קודשה בריחו לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דמירן בעלמא ויאמרו אמן. בעמידה. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו ואמותינו אלוהי אברהם אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב אלוהי שרה אלוהי רבקה אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה האל הגדול הגיבור והנורא אל עליון קומי חסדים טובים וקונה הכל וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. page 14. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם מחכה חיים בחסד מקיים הכל ברחמים רבים צומק נופלים ורצה קולים ומתיר אסורים ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר מכמו כמה גבורות ומדום אליו מלך ממית ומחיה ומתניע כשיוע ונאמנתה להחיות הכל ברוך אתה אדוני מקיים הכל. page 15. עושה שלום במרומיו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל Kaddish Shalem. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעמד יברח חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון ויומכון ובחיי כל בית ישראל, בגלה ובזמן קריב, ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך, לעולם ולעולמי עלמיה יתברך. יתברך וישתבח ויפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי קדושה בריחו לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. תתקבל צלותון ובותון דכל ישראל, קודם אבוכון דבשמיא ואמרו אמן. יהי שלום רבה מן שמיא, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום ברמה, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. I'm not going to do a whole Torah service today. I will talk a little about the Torah portion for this week, however. There it is. It's Exodus chapter 26, verse 1. As for the tabernacle, make it of 10 strips of cloth. Make these of fine twisted linen of blue, purple, and crimson yarns, with a design of cherubim worked into them. The length of each cloth shall be 28 cubits, and the width of each cloth shall be 4 cubits, all the cloths to have the same measurements. 5 of the cloths shall be joined to one another, and the other 5 cloths shall be joined to one another. Make loops of blue wool on the edge of the outermost cloth of the one set, and do likewise on the edge of the outermost cloth of the other set. Such description and specific instructions on how to create this. The cloths. The cloths were the tent, basically. They had goat skin that acted as a roof. I don't know, maybe to protect people from rain, who knows. You shall then make cloths of goat hair for a tent over the tabernacle. Make the cloths 11 in number. Why the numbers? Why this is fascinating to me. And the artistry that went into creating this non-building. It was a temple of sorts, but it was a temple that had to be disassembled when they would leave an area and reassembled when they arrived at the next area on their journey. But it had to be so beautiful. And there is a theory that this particular section, this Teruma, with all of the descriptions of exactly how the cloths were to be measured and used and designed and decorated. The cherubim, I believe, were all in gold thread. So the description is so clear and precise that the theory is that this actually was the design of the Beit HaMikdash when they created the first temple. Of course, that one had walls, that one had blocks of stone, but on the inside were the cloths and the linens and these magnificently colored drapery, I guess, throughout the tabernacle. If you stop and think for a second, and it's an interesting idea that when Hashem created us, how intricately we are put together as human bodies, with each vein, with each nerve, and the sinew, and the muscles, and the bones, and they all had to fit in a particular way, and they all had to work in a particular way. And I'm going to talk a bit more on the on Shabbat. Tal, the goat hair tents kept out the rain. Yes, that's what I thought. And would also be able to see the stars. That's why they were in pieces, I guess. Somehow this is, yes, they were supposed to be very much like the tents of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And the openness, because they weren't walls, they were cloths, was because Abraham opened his tent to all four sides in order to be able to see if anyone might be coming, so that he could go and greet people and welcome them to his camp, to his tent. And so that was the idea of it. Absolutely. These tents are still used today. Wow. There's also it was a kind of a magical thing, because they had to be, it was put together like almost a Chinese puzzle. They had to be carried in a specific way. The ark, of course, had to be carried in a specific way. They had to have poles so that people would carry the ark that way. And the tabernacle also had to be assembled in a special way. Such a cool way of doing this. But I'm not going to go into any more detail on this, and let's go to the Aleinu. Unfortunately, I actually don't feel all that great today, so that's why I'm shortening it a little. And I don't have a message. I have written one for Shabbat, but I didn't want to do this one and the one on Shabbat, the same one. I may wind up writing a whole different one, but what the heck. Aleinu לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. We rise, page 16, page 18, sorry, eyesight. We rise to our duty to praise the Master of all, to acclaim the Creator. God made our lot unlike that of other people, assigning to us a unique destiny. We bend the knee and bow, acknowledging the Supreme Sovereign, the Holy One, exalted, who spread out the heavens and laid the foundations of the earth. למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. The prayer for the sick. I don't have the list of the kids that are wounded in Florida. I know that there are some that are Jewish, by the way. One at least. And from what I understand, there was one that was missing. At least that was this morning. I don't know if that one kid's been found. But those are the people that I want to remember today on behalf of the sick. If you have anybody, I can read the message up there. It kind of does, it's not all in one place, but I can see that. So if you have names, go ahead. I will stop in the middle of the song and read them. I'll start first with, okay, Sue would like me to remember Robert and Dorothy, Mark and Gail, Hannah and Benton. Oh, Sherry, I'm sorry, Bent and Benton. And Judy, you want us to remember Susan, Al George, Suzanne, Marcus, Dan, Don, Judy, Paula, and Alicia. And Susan, yourself. So you are Shendai Bat Sharon. Oh, good. Thank you, Sue. That's wonderful. I'm glad to hear it. Terrific. Great. Thank you. אבותינו מקור May the source of strength who blessed the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shalema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say We are grateful, O God, for the gift of life and for the healing powers you have implanted within your creatures. Sustain our loved ones through these days of illness with the courage and fortitude they need to endure weakness and pain. Help us to find ways to show our love for them so that we may be an influence for good in their time of need. And may all who suffer illness of body or mind know that you are with them, giving them strength of spirit as they struggle to recover. May their afflictions soon be ended, and may they return in health to family and friends. Baruch atah Adonai, Rofei HaCholim. Blessed are you, Adonai, who heals the sick. I understand that there are still 5 that are critical with life-threatening wounds, but the others, I believe, are at least able to go home. So the Mourner's Kaddish, and I want to remember a friend of mine who lived in my community, and her daughter and I have become very close. We talk to each other through messaging a lot, sometimes on the phone. I sing sometimes to her, and she always asks me to play the shofar for her on Yom Kippur. And her name is Sherry Brooks, and her mother was Rose. Rose died 7 years ago on Valentine's Day, and Sherry asked me to say Kaddish for her today. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbi, be'alma divrachilute, ve'amlich malchute, b'chayechon v'yomechon, uv'chayed kol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'yizman kariv, ve'imaru amen. Yehei shemei Rabba mevarach le'alam olal me'almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal, shemei d'kudisha b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imaru amen. And Tal would like us to remember Vernie and Betty Zeiner, your grandparents, Susan, your mother, Sharon Batneti Visimcha, and Judy, your mom, Lillian Broadkey, and your grandma, Molly Broadkey. Yehei Shalama Rabba Min Shemaya, V'chayim Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael, V'imeru Amen. Oseh Shalom B'maromav, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom, Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'al Kol Yoshvei Tevel, V'imeru Amen. I'm going to close with, it's actually an interpretive Shema, but I sing it many times at funerals and at memorial services, and just when people come to shul after they've lost a loved one. It's called Listen. When you're lost, you feel afraid and you don't know what to say. Listen, listen to our God. Is there a question on your mind? Is the answer hard to find? Then listen, listen to our God. Listen with all your heart and soul, and with all your might. Write them and learn them and teach them well, every morning and night. Close your eyes and listen. Quiet yourself, there's nothing to say. Stop all the chatter that gets in the way and listen. Listen to our God. When the wind and the thunder finally disappear, there's still a voice that you will hear if you listen to our God. You can hear it from the top of the highest hill or from the valley below. It can come from the edge of the universe. It can come from within your soul. Close your eyes and listen. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam. Listen, listen to our God. Listen to our God. Thank you very much. Thank you all for being here and for joining me and sharing my sadness at the last day. Thank you, Susan. I love all of you, and I'm so glad that I have this community that I can say stuff to that they understand. I really appreciate it. And thank you for being a part of Sim Shalom. Please watch Rabbi Blaine tomorrow night. And if you want to watch me, I'm on an hour after he is off. Whatever time that is for you. For me, it's 4 o'clock. No. For me, his service is at 4 o'clock my time, 7 o'clock his time. My service starts at 6 o'clock my time, and which is probably about 9 o'clock on the East Coast. But I get people from all over the world who watch me at all different times, and at any rate, thank you. Have a Shavua Tov, have a Shabbat Shalom, and I'll see you next week if I don't see you at my service or at Rabbi Blaine's. I may hang in there and join Rabbi Blaine tomorrow. I hope. Erev Tov. Or Laila